This resume, this exact format and appearance got me interviews in the top-tier companies across multiple domains, ranging from IT, management consulting, FMCG, pharma, and basically anywhere that I've sent it. One recruiter who had been interviewing me for a job even asked me for an editable copy so she could use it for her undergraduate daughter. I will show you how I made it. I will share an editable copy, custom fonts to install that make it unique, and explain everything that you need to know to make a killer resume that can open any door. Did you know that in big companies, an HR spends on average 6 seconds at initial CV screening to decide if the candidate should be considered? This one piece of paper has to be so carefully thought out that with a single glance at it, a person will be convinced that you are worth their attention. Let's start with the first thing that anyone notices, the appearance. First of all, it has to be one page and one page only. This is not easy, trust me, I've struggled many hours trying to fit 16 years of professional experience into this one page. But this is just the way it has to be. 6 seconds, remember? The next big thing is the fonts, their color and weight. Color scheme is very important. Don't use vibrant colors, as they will instantly distract the reader from the information. It will look unprofessional. Notice how different grades of black and font weight highlight the most important things on a resume. You don't even have to read it. You can get a first impression about the candidate in seconds. And in many cases, this information, along with a good impression from a compelling document they're looking at, will be enough. To make it look this way, I had to use custom fonts that don't come standard with Word. About 7 different font sizes, custom separators, different line spacings across the document. There are no dots or semicolons that carry zero information and just clutter the precious space. All these little details result in a clean look that instantly captures attention. Now let's look at the structure. On the top level, it is logically split into 2 vertical sections. Left side is devoted to the education, competences, and additional information. Right side is all about the work experience. The most important or latest information goes at the top, and only the important stuff: school, subject, completion year, GPA. 99% of time, your resume will be read from a computer screen. That's why all the links that could be clicked should be clickable. And don't make them blue. Use the link option in Microsoft Word to define them and save a PDF, best for electronic distribution. Never send a Word version of your CV. If you have more information than a section can fit, list only the important ones and count them in the header. Concisely explain the depth of your competences and keep it short, only facts. No one needs to know about your trivial hobbies or subjective personal evaluation. Now, experience. Employer name, job title, work period, and location go at the top. If you have a long story or several promotions within one employment, like in this case, provide a short summary in the header. The most important here is not to list your duties, but instead your achievements. Just compare these 2 statements right here. The first one reveals zero information about what that person had actually been doing. They might as well could have been loading up the printer on the floor where the platform developers work. On the other hand, here you can clearly see the role, the impact, and the result, and complement your achievements with numbers. If you've carried out a corporate restructuring, how many departments or people did it impact? If you've caught the biggest fish, how many pounds did it weigh? If you fulfill different functions, list your achievements in subsections according to each domain. And don't make things up. Be prepared to back everything up on your resume with a story. Another very important rule is to list only the relevant information to the core qualification that you want to emphasize. Notice how I casually pack 8 years of my oil and gas experience into just 5 lines of text. This has been a major part of my life, previous life, with worldwide operations, big rigs, ships, platforms and helicopters, contracts and legal negotiations. But it is irrelevant to the advanced analytics field that I'm working in. If half your resume is filled with irrelevant experience, this will provide more harm than value. If you are wondering how I became a data scientist after being an oil and gas executive, check out this video right here. Just like this resume tutorial, a career path to a data science is laid out with all the required steps, links and references. The list section is devoted to the startups and pet projects. If there is something you've been doing in your free time that is relevant to the field you're applying to, mention it. Also, if you're doing something really cool like putting together a 71 Dodge Charger in your garage on weekends, this reflects your versatile personality and is valid too. I have a supplementary document which I sometimes send with my resume. I've called it References Publications Awards, and the name really says it all. I presume it does not get opened often, but just its presence next to a CV adds weight to the application. And if someone wants to dig deeper, they can certainly have a look. It's a neat trick that allows me to keep my resume within one page and still deliver the necessary information to the ones that need it. Be prepared to spend numerous hours drafting your perfect resume. Remember, this one piece of paper has to describe your whole professional life. It has to give someone a good reason to consider you for a six-figure job. You should filter every word and every phrase to bring the reader to the irreversible conclusion that this person is worth speaking to. When you think that you're done with your draft, print it, put it on your desk, and come back to it the next day. Give it a fresh look, give it to someone else, and fix every imperfection that seems, looks, and feels out of order. If you find your dream job but your resume does not comply with the description, change it. It's a good practice to tailor a CV to a specific job requirements. It will give an employer one more good reason to notice you. And don't never forget, you're one and only. There is no one else out there like you. Think hard and reflect your best self on this one piece of paper that other people will hold and judge you for something that it says.